About Swarm. Jdong putting down his fourth base. If Flash lets Jaedong get another gas unmolested, it will be over. Flash pushing out with his forces. He's got a science vessel, he's got infantry, he's got tanks, but Jaedong will have Swarm. Flash forced to pause his units there, siege up below the ramp. Jaedong buying a bit of time. And that science vessel going down to Scourge. Ouch. Flash could not afford that loss. He's going to be forced to rely on Scan for his detection now. And Jdong pulling his forces back just at the right time. Flash not really able to make too much of progress here. And Jdong, I wonder where his defilers are. Now Jaedong is bringing out his forces to try to catch Flash's forces out in the field. Okay, there's his defiler. He's going to be able to put down Swarm. He's got tons of lurkers, burrowing the lurkers. Flash managed to acquit himself fairly well there, losing only one tank. A second Swarm going down, forcing Flash back yet again. Flash has a Vulture out, laying some mines. Flash finding a pretty good running retreat here. He's going to lose a second tank. Not too much you can do about that. Flash trying to use his forces to flank a bit, but I don't think Jaedong's going to be too bothered by it. There are all sorts of mines that's going to halt Jaedong's march to Flash's Natural. Those mines being quite useful there, and maybe Flash is going to go for an attack here at the new expansion of Jaedong's, but Jdong managing to ward Flash off with a single lurker. And Flash's forces in the middle of the map, even though he's preserved them beyond my expectation of him doing so. I don't know. This army is going to get surrounded and destroyed, I think, sooner rather than later. Jdong can't allow that army to roam too freely around the map, though. Now Jdong with Swarm sieging Flash's front. He's got lurkers assaulting the bunkers, and he's just waiting. He's brought up additional links. He's got plenty of lurkers. He's going to be able to breach the front, I think, soon enough. And finally, the Swarm's going down, and Flash bringing out a science vessel for detection, killing some assaulting lurkers. Bit of a mistake on Jaedong's part. Jdong losing a defiler in the field like that, carelessly so. What Jdong needs is some more Swarms to breach the Natural, but I'm not sure where his defiler is. Flash has managed to buy himself some time for a reprieve here. Flash cleaning out the forces assaulting his Natural. Additional Zerglings pouring, mines going down, and Flash killing most of the Zerglings without too much of an issue. And Flash's army in the middle was not destroyed. He's managed to reunite it with his forces from the main. I think that was a bit of a mistake on Jaedong's part, letting that army survive like that. Flash transitioning now to mech. Jdong is up on 4 bases, though. He's put down his Ultralisk cavalry. He's going to be able to afford a lot of Ultralisks very soon. Jdong also has +2 Carapace finish upgraded, whereas Flash's infantry is still on 1-1, probably as a consequence of his mech switching. He's opted not to get additional upgrades, and Flash's Vultures in some trouble here in the middle, putting down some mines, not really able to accomplish too much. Flash using his infantry as best he can, but these forces of Jaedong's forcing Flash back into his Natural. Jdong probably just going to try to starve Flash out. Flash with a nice mine there, doing all sorts of damage. Additional mines, but these mines almost exploding all over Flash's tanks in the back. More Swarms going down here at the front. Flash still with some infantry in the middle of the map. There are Scourge here to try to pick off science vessels, not that Flash appears to have any. Flash laying down spider mines to deal with units under the Swarm, managing to halt Jaedong's advance yet again, at least for now. But Flash's forces have been whittled down. He's not able to get his 3rd base up, and Jdong might have already started building a 5th base. I think Jdong is going to win this game. I think Flash has played well. I'm not sure he's played at his best level, though. Jdong certainly not playing at his best level. Lost the filers carelessly to mines there, and that's kind of sloppy mistake. I think if Flash were doing better, he would not have a problem. here against Jaedong, but I don't see how Flash could win. Jaedong is going to be up to 5 bases, that many gas, and all sorts of ultralists that he can bring out. Flash just barely got his 3rd base up now. These vultures are doing well against the Lings, I have to say, killing most of them without an issue. Flash has floated additional command center. It might be the one from his main, in fact, down to the 10 o'clock. And he's going to transfer some SEVs there, trying to mine, I guess. He's almost mined out his natural, by the way. I think that is the command center from his main, in fact, that he's floated down. Just looking at the mini-map, although I might be wrong about that. Flash, at least with these minerals, he is going to be able to build some more forces to try to halt the coming onslaught that is going to be unleashed here. Oh, that's not the command center is made. Never mind. It's a new command center that Flash built. But Jdong now unleashing his Ultralisk, his highly upgraded Ultra Ling army. Looks like Flash only has +1 attack finish for his mech forces. Flash with Science Vessel irradiating. Good thing about irradiate is, of course, you don't have to worry about your mech forces being damaged by irradiate. Unfortunately, Science Vessels are so gas heavy that he's not going to be able to build much. Flash with a lot of tanks, though, able to halt this Ultralisk advance, and Jaedong sort of attacking rather cavalierly, I have to say, into Flash's 3rd base there, losing all his Ultralisk and Defiler to a careless attack, I have to say. Jdong has these overlords in the middle of the map. I thought he was preparing for a drop, but no. And with that victory there, Flash may have just fought his way back into the game. I think it's much more even now. Jdong needs to be much more careful about his Ultralisk. Despite the fact that he has the economic advantage, he can't allow Flash to get 2 more bases up, and he certainly can't be throwing away 6 or 7 Ultralisks like that. I mean, Jdong still has forces to spare. He's still in a good position. He's got Overlords loaded with drops now, and Flash has no anti-air at all to deal with this. If those Overlords drop all of the tanks, Flash is going to be in some desperate trouble here. Looks like Flash is going to spot the Overlords. Fortunately for him, it's just he doesn't. I don't think he has enough to deal with these Overlords. Flash bringing vultures to his new base, but it's not going to be enough. There's going to be a ton of Zerg units coming out all over the new base that Flash put down here. Flash has managed to siege up some tanks at the bottom of the ramp. He's fighting a nice little battle here. Jaedong with Ultralisk and Lings rampaging about at the expansion at the 10 o'clock. Jdong probably would be wise to withdraw his forces into the Overlords, because those Ultralisks are going to do nothing against all those tanks down the bottom of the ramp. And Flash, for some reason, has 2 command centers there. Okay, this has got to be the command center from his main base that he's floated out, probably to try to get another expansion. And now Jdong with Mealist, and Flash has nothing to deal with these Mealists. Jdong with tons of gas. Flash's tanks utterly useless, and I think with this attack, Jaedong's gonna win the game. Flash brought out a few Goliaths here. He has finished 1-2 upgrades, but he's lost all sorts of SDVs at this 10 o'clock base, and he may very well lose the command center, something he could ill afford to do. Jaedong still denying mining. He's probably going to be able to burn down the command center with his Mealists. He has so many Mealists. Burning down the command center. Flash is in trouble. At least Flash has a 2nd command center. He sort of floated down. He was going to get another expansion, but now he can rebuild his expansion at 10 o'clock. Jdong put down yet another base. Jdong is doing very well, I have to say. Flash doesn't have anything that he can really use to deal with these Mealists, unfortunately for him. Jdong using Mealists to kill Flash's scouting buildings around the map. I don't know. Flash could use a Valkyrie or 2, honestly, at this point. His ground army is pretty secure. Jaedong has Ultra Lings, though, and Flash is trying to push out with his mech army. I guess this is an attempt to win, or at least to try to win the game. I just don't think it's going to be enough to deal with Jaedong's forces here. Jdong can bring his Mealist to clean up these forces if necessary. He's losing Defilers, though, to Siege Tank Fire needlessly, so he's lost a lot of units again to Flash. Not the best control, I have to say. This is not the Jaedong of old. Nevertheless, he's still going to be able to win the game. He's going to burn down Flash's new attempt to put down the expansion at 10 o'clock. Just start Flash out. Slowly but surely. Flash brought in SCVs to try to repair, but he's got a paltry 3 Goliaths there to deal with all these mealess. Now Jdong coming for a drop too. Flash doing his best to push the front, inflicting significant casualties considering how few units he has. It's just, I don't think it's going to be enough. Now Jaedong dropping units again. Nothing that Flash can do, really. Flash might yet be able to win the battle still. But no, he loses all his units there. Now Jaedong counterattacking to Flash's tanks. Still not really achieving much for his efforts there. Flash not really going to persist with the attack. He's trying to use reinforcements to save his base, but not going to be able to get it done. And Flash, since his counterattack not working, this is GG at this point. It would take a miracle for Flash to come back, and with his injury, there are no miracles. Flash finally managed to clean out Jaedong's forces, but Jdong already has another base up. He's up to 6 bases, 5 mining. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's up to 7 bases with 5 or 6 mining. I don't know. There is not much that Flash can do. Just way too much gas. And the Swarm with a single Zergling picking away at that command center with impunity. Flash forced to repair, and now additional reinforcements coming in for Jdong. Flash forced to lift yet again. He's not able to get any mining done. He's also not able to launch his counterattack efficiently here. Unfortunately, Flash doesn't have any tanks to help out here. He's going to lose yet another command center, something he could ill afford at this point. And it's going to be GG very soon, I expect. Jdong advancing to the OSL round 16. Could this be his chance to get 4 titles? Hopefully so. Or at least try. I don't know. Jaedong surely, though, wants to do that. Then he could claim to be equal to Flash in number of medals, but critically, he'll have 4 OSL titles to Flash's 3, and that'll be something if he can win. I'm not quite sure, though. I mean, against Flash, sure, this is fine. It's just I'm not quite sure. Jaedong's got what it takes to beat the likes of maybe Bisu or even Fantasy, considering his performance in this game. It's good. Certainly, it's very good. But he was not playing flawlessly. He lost a lot of units needlessly there. I think if Flash were more on top of his game, Jdong would struggle more. GG, nevertheless. And Jdong advancing, Flash going on to the final match. Going on to the losers match now.